last week for my birthday, I decided I wanted to do some sort of physical challenge. Turning 52, I felt like I wanted to see what I was still made of as an athlete. I've been an athlete my whole life. Well, not my whole life. When I was a kid, I was a terrible athlete. Um, I played some team sports when I was a kid. I played soccer and I didn't really like it. I didn't like being responsible for, if I missed a goal, then the whole team was upset with me. So I gravitated later on more towards sports like skateboarding or mountain biking or running, things where it was my success or failure fell solely on my shoulders. And I've spent many years as an athlete, and at 52, I just wanted to see if I still sort of had it. And I was a runner for quite a few years, and pretty successful runner. I did well in local running series. Won my age group in a number of races. I came into running later in life, so I probably wasn't going to win an overall race, but the fact that running races are age grouped was something I really liked because then I could compete with people within my own age range, right? And I had Achilles tendonitis, pretty severe Achilles tendonitis throughout the years from skateboarding in my pushing foot, which is my left foot. And I've dealt with it a number of ways. Had shockwave treatments, ultrasound, massage. I've done a lot of stretching. I ice. I've done everything I could to control it. And then when I started running back in 2012, 2013, it got pretty severe. And then I got into long distance running, and it got pretty severe. And then I eventually had a severe plantar tendon strain that put me out of running for about a year and a half. And by the time I came back, I just wasn't the same runner and really wasn't. I'd moved on to different things in my life. I tried to start running again last year, and immediate tendon issues in my Achilles tendon in my left foot. And I decided last year I would sort of deal with this and see if I could get past it so I could run again. So I went and saw a few specialists, got an MRI, ultrasound, all that sort of stuff, and came back that I have a Haglund's deformity. So basically a Haglund's deformity, you could think of it kind of like a bone spur. Essentially the bottom of my Achilles tendon where it attaches to my heel has calcified. And the only way out of this truly is surgery. They've got to go in and shave down the bone, and it's pretty intensive. And they told me it's about a 6 to 12 month recovery, depending on how healthy you are, your age, right? So obviously, at 52, my recovery is going to be slower, just because everything is slower as you age, right? We don't heal as fast. So at that time, I decided not to do it. I can skateboard for about 45 minutes before it's irritated, and as long as I take a day or so off of skateboarding after that, then it's okay. I manage it by icing basically every day, and I do a lot of stretching of my Achilles and my calf because the less tension that's pulling from your calf onto your Achilles, the better that is. I can weight train, I can cycle, I can inline skate, I can walk the dogs, I can walk for hours, and none of that will irritate it. But running, it's that quick dynamic motion, right? As soon as that starts, I'm in a pickle, as they say. But last week for my birthday, I wanted to do a challenge, and why? I don't know. I wanted one more running challenge. So I decided to do the beep test. And if you've never done a beep test or don't know what that is, it's a standardized fitness test that a lot of law enforcement agencies, fire departments, military, a lot of these entities will use this as a fitness marker for candidates. And the basics is you've got a 20-meter we'll call it track or course, 20-meter gap, and then you start at one end and a beep goes off and you run to the other end. And there's levels 1 through 20, I think, or level 1 through 21. And in the beginning, I think it's around 8 seconds, so you get to run one side to the other, and even at a light jog, you'll make it there, and you'll have maybe a second or two to hang out, and then when the next beep goes off, you run across, and when you get there, you wait, next beep goes off, you run back, and back and forth across this 20-meter course. And I believe every minute or every so many repetitions, the time grows shorter, right? So now you're getting to the other side and you've got to go faster to the other side, and you have less time to sort of take a moment to recuperate before the other side. And eventually you'll get to a level where you're at a pretty good run, and as soon as you touch the other side, the beep goes off, you have to go. And eventually you will get to one of 2 points. Your cardio will just not be able to keep up. You'll be overwhelmed and you'll need to stop, or the time gets too fast and you're just not able to reach the other side. And once you miss 2 beeps in a row, you're out. So if you miss a beep and you can make it back to the other side and you're within the beep time, you can still keep going. But once you miss 2 beeps back and forth, that's it. And then you take your score, which is the level you made it to. Level 5.2, meaning you did 2 laps at level 5 or whatever, right? And I think around 5.5 is police force here in Canada. I think it was something around level 7 is like military, 9 special forces in some areas. So it gives you an idea of like the fitness they expect. I did okay. I managed to make it to a level 10. So I completed level 9 and made it to level 10, and I missed 2 beeps. It was fast. I was trucking along, and my cardio was through the roof. My heart rate was at about 90% of my max. And I've been doing a lot of circuit training lately, so my cardio is good. I think my VO2 max is okay, but I haven't been running, right? So this was sort of right off the cuff. And I paid for it. I have been limping now for about 6 days since. I've been icing and stretching, and it's okay. I was actually scared I might rupture the tendon doing something like this, but it held on. But it was a reminder that this Achilles problem has not gone away. That is 100% for sure. And that my days of running, unfortunately, are behind me. And at 52, is it worth it for me to take a year, potentially a year out of sports and activities and weight training in order to be able to run again? No. But it's sad because running is something I love and I really miss it. But again, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. But yeah, just wanted to try something athletic again and push myself, a little test just to see. And it was positive and rewarding in the fact that I saw I could still do pretty well on a beep test at 52. I'm still pretty strong and fit, but also a little disappointing as a reminder that I'm not getting any younger, and these chronic problems, they don't get better as you get older, they just get worse. But yeah, that's my story of the beep test for my birthday.